Atleti have absolutely won a watch here, haven't they, Stevie?
Oh my goodness, have they ever? I mean, if somebody had said to Atleti after they had won the title, if there was a player that could make you better next year, who would it be?
Yep.
They would probably have said, oh, Antoine Griezmann.
Yep.
He knows how we play. He loves it here. Knows the manager, knows the club, knows all the other players. That would be great, but there's no chance of us getting him. Oh, guess what? we've got some mugs in the other part of Spain who are flying by the seat of their pants. And the funny thing is, I mean, grab through in the word logic, but they've just been lucky that they're going to end up getting that money and saving money. It's got nothing to do with planning. Everything's been done by the seat of their pants. And wow, this is, I mean, in a crazy summer of transfers, this is just another mind-boggling one. We'll
have a lot more time to discuss it, Shaq. But this makes Atleti favourites, doesn't it? For LaLiga, is it that simple?
Well, I think even before the signing of Griezmann, Atleti were or should have been favourites. It seems no matter what happens the season before, no matter what happens in the summer transfer window between Real Madrid and Barcelona, they always seem to eclipse Atletico Madrid in terms of who the bookies think are going to win the title. But with the addition of Antoine Griezmann, no question, I think that shortens Atletico Madrid's odds. In a season where I thought they started the defence of their title as favourites. Granted, the bookies saw it differently. This moves the needle significantly in that regard, as long as Antoine Griezmann is anything like the Antoine Griezmann we know of Atletico Madrid.
Right.
Not necessarily the Antoine Griezmann of the last 2 years.
Atleti's second favourites, according to the bookies. On the point that Shaka made, Frank, where did it go wrong for Antoine Griezmann? How did it go wrong so badly at Barcelona? Because obviously we thought, well, he was playing in the shadow of Messi. Once Messi left, he'd be great. He hasn't been great. He's been anonymous. This, of course, one of the players, there was so much expectation around him. Why did it go wrong for him so badly at Barcelona?
Well, it started to go wrong, at the first beginning, because I always say that it was a bad choice. And it's a clear failure. And after you go to the psychological aspects of that, where you go down, you lose your confidence, you lose your skills, and even if Messi gets away, and then you have free will, you lost something that you have to gain back, and it doesn't come back like that, easily. You have to go back to your shape. You have to go back psychologically on the top. And it didn't happen for him. And maybe it's simply not a club who could suit him. So maybe we'll find his talent back. When you say Atletico is now the favourite because Griezmann is back, yes, of course, if they get back the Griezmann they knew when he was playing for Atletico. If it's the Griezmann we've seen for the past year, it doesn't bring anything on top of what they already have. I wish it will show me otherwise, but really, I don't know why it went like that and why it's a failure. I know that it was a wrong choice, and everybody knew that, not maybe Griezmann and all his agents.
Unmitigated disaster? Is that fair to sum up Griezmann's transfer to Barca, Jules?
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, but I think this is the reality. You can look at the numbers, goals and assists. You can look at how much it cost them, of course, and Gab went through it in terms of wages, in terms of transfer fees and all of that. And yeah, this is the word. I mean, for me, and you know that I don't really like Koeman that much, but there's also a part of responsibility for the manager there. Antoine Griezmann is one of the most willing, flexible players that you would ever see. He's not the one who would say, I don't want to play there, I don't want to do this. He's happy to do anything you want and play anywhere you want him to play. But there's also a time where you need to find the best way of using it. He's a very good player. Don't tell me that between Madrid and Barcelona on that motorway, he became a bad player. This is not possible. And yet, they never found a way of getting the best out of him. And I think that's also part of the problem. And in the end, in a space of few months, they went from a front three of Messi, Griezmann and Suarez to a front three of Braithwaite, De Jong and Memphis Depay. And I'm sorry, this is not just good enough. Whether it's the players' fault, the financial issues, Koeman, whatever. But this is not good enough from Barcelona.
You take a look at what Barcelona have done. Of course, in this transfer window, they were keen to get a lot of those big wages off their books. Griezmann, of course, gone now, along with Lionel Messi. Luke de Jong, of course, is the signing that has come in today to lead the line from Sevilla. This is what we're hearing reports of anyway. And I suppose now, Gab, does this mean they can sign or can register Kun Aguero as well?
I don't know. There were reports earlier in the day that they were looking at Dani Olmo as well. Frankly, if the situation is this bad, given Aguero's still going to be out a while, I'd be surprised if they go ahead and do that. But who knows, frankly, at this stage. And I heard Jules there. I agree with him. Although, let's be a little bit more fair. You know, Ansu Fati and Ousmane Dembele are coming back. The cavalry will ride into town. And I think most of the time, your front three will be Fati, Dembele, and Depay, which is, at least dignified. And then when you need to lump it into the box, you send on Luke de Jong. And I think you kind of make do with that. But again, without having a full handle on the numbers, and tell you what, right now, I don't even know if Laporta has a full handle on the numbers. It's really, really difficult to say, other than the fact that they now have fewer options and they're a weaker side.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.